All right, welcome back to Black Lodge Trivia Night. This is Art, and we are continuing our Lord of the Rings book quest journey. If you remember last time, we got into Volume 3, Book 1, and it was actually... I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was basically getting the band back together. We had to go around places we had been spending time during early parts of the story, convincing the Rangers to answer Aragorn's call for aid. It took us to such places as Bree, to the Lone Lands, to the North Downs, to Evendim, to the Trollshaws, Forakel. Just took us all around places we need to go. And we did side quests. We freed people up from obligations in their area to allow. We went to Angmar, just all sorts of places. And it was great to reconnect with these characters that, had been a big part of the story back in the past that sort of had a little separation once we got into Moria. Moria sort of kind of chunks you off from the things you'd already been doing, and it was nice to have a reason to go back. And so we got through Volume 1, Book 1. We're into Book 2, and right now the quest is to talk to Lady Arwen at Imdalen. The slope that overlooks the road into the Misty Mountains north of Rivendell. Elrond had asked you to speak with his daughter, Arwen, before you depart with the Grey Company. So the Grey Company, again, is the Rangers that we're assembling, and we're gonna be heading south, again, to answer Aragorn's call for aid. Wait, which way do I can go... Okay. And go across the bridge and up. That's what I was thinking in my head. And I want to say, obviously, I think I have done this part of the quest before. I don't know where we're headed. I don't know. I mean, I know we're heading south, blah, blah, blah. I get that. I don't know what the next chunk of the story is. I don't recall what we're doing. Like, I recalled bits and pieces of Moria. I knew the story, not that I thought it was in Volume 2, but I knew the story ended up taking us to Mirkwood and Dol Guldur, not remembering exactly why. I didn't remember the hostage exchange. I did remember mystical weapon of the dwarves. I didn't remember how it ended. Still going the right way, right? Yeah. I'd be curious... Like I said, this is the second time I've gotten this far in the book quest. What am I, level 65? I've gotten through Moria 2.5 times. I've gotten up to Moria like 3 times. And I don't know if it's just, as I'm constantly displaying, that my memory is a porous piece of trash. But I never get tired of it. Maybe when I'm doing it like the second or third time, usually maybe I'm not paying super close attention. So it's just like, oh yeah, just give me some. It guarantees that I have somewhere to go and points me towards another quest to do. But let's see what Arwen has to say. My thoughts are often drawn back to the woods of Lorien, the home of my mother's kindred.
My own undertaking has come to an end, and its fruit waits now for a bearer.
You've returned from your errand, Black Lodge, and have come to speak with me, as I asked. My delight cannot be hidden. Friend man, my own undertaking has also come to an end, and its fruit waits now for a bearer. Is this happening? Is this... No. Okay. Arwen solemnly hands you a tall staff wrapped closely with a black cloth bound with thongs. I've made this gift for Aragorn. The days are short, and it may be that our hopes will soon be ended. This standard I have made for him will fly aloft at a time of his choosing, and he will know for what he fights. I'd bring him courage to my Elfstone and those with whom he stands. Bring this gift and my words to Halbarad by the stables in Imladris, for he has consented to bear them both on the journey south. All right. Just gonna FedEx this quickly down to the stables and see where we go next. Like, I don't recall, am I going to travel with the Grey Company, or was my task to assemble them and then step aside, they go to do their thing, and I continue another side portion of the story here in Middle-earth? I genuinely do not recall. Where's the bridge? There's one over there. Go to that one. I don't know if that's the right one. I always get this wrong. I'm probably getting it wrong right now. I think I want to cross over here and then I cut over that way, just straight cut? Or is it that bridge that I'm thinking of? It must be the bridge I'm thinking of. But I don't know why I have such trouble getting to the stables here in Rivendell, but yeah. I will not stop and ask for directions. How dare you?
I will carry this burden on our journey.
You bring both a gift and a message for my chief from the Lady Arwen? I see. Halbarad listens as you recount Arwen's words and gravely accepts the standard you carry. I will carry this burden on our journey. We will come to Aragorn, though all the perils of our road lie in between. When will this standard be unfurled, I wonder? And against what sky will it be raised aloft?
All is nearly ready.
While I finish the final preparations for our departure, I ask that you speak with some of those who will accompany us south. Ensure that they are prepared for the road and rested enough for the first leg of our journey. I saw a Golodir just to the northeast some minutes ago, speaking with Elro here. Rodinir was just to the east, two of them beneath the footbridge. Lothrendir is just across the way, speaking to his horse Mithul. He knows a great deal about the lands through which we must pass. Ask him if he has any further information about the road which may help us move with haste. Once you've spoken with these four, find Candaith by the stable's gate and speak to him about what lies ahead. Okay, Golodir is definitely one of them, obviously.
My horse, Legimbod, is rested and ready for the next leg of the journey.
He's ready to undertake the next leg of the journey. His saddlebags are as light as I could make them, while still keeping the supplies we will need. Golodir takes a small pendant from one of his pockets and idly passes it from one hand to the other as he looks about the yard. This refuge has not changed in the many years since I last came here, but surely I, myself, must be unrecognizable. So much has happened and so little of it good. The ride here was a marvel, and I could feel the weight of the past falling from my shoulders with the feel of the breeze upon my face. Legimbon delighted in the speed, and I am delighted with him. The southward journey will do both of us some good, and I am ready to be off again. Now, I don't know if people hate this kind of stuff. I don't mind it because, again, I know it because it's not gameplay, but it's narrative. And since I'm here for the story, like, this never really bothers me.
My father had some curious words for me.
On the eve of this, our departure for the southern lands, Black Lodge, Elro here gazes down the hill, deep in thought. He said that the time is approaching when we can no longer hold back, when we must do more than defend against the actions of the enemy. He said that the time is coming when we may need to wager everything on a final throw. And by doing so, we will have done all that we can. Better a death in far-off lands in the service of a chance, however small, than death at the home of a certainty. We may not return from this journey, Black Lodge. My brother and I are at peace with that. I hope that you and these Dunedain are as well, for I would counsel any who are not to stay behind. So, I mean, it definitely comes through in the movies. It's been a long time since I read the books, but I assume got that vibe in the book. But that's, I don't know, in my mind, that's like a core tenet of a good epic ending. It's like, and it's what they do, like, Aragorn's like, look, man, we're at the gates of Mordor, and we need to go charge, and whatever happens doesn't matter, because we need to buy Frodo 10 minutes. If it buys Frodo 10 minutes, then it's all, and that's what it takes. Like, they rush, they face impossible odds, they're gonna lose, but that's not the point. And that kind of sacrifice, the big win is, in my mind, a good storytelling beat.
I will do my duty with no complaint, and Glor and Gur will do the same.
Glor and Gur did not break a sweat in the short ride from Thorinhad here to Rivendell. He was ready to begin even yesterday. I could say the same for myself. I returned to Thorinhad to say goodbye to Elwyleth, but I could not find her anywhere at the camp. Sorry, I'm going to cough here. I had meant to return this hairpin she had given me, but perhaps she feared the farewells. I suppose I did as well. We will soon set forth. I do not know what the future will bring, but I will do my duty with no complaint. And Glor and Gur do the same. Alright, talk to... Somehow they're behind us? Okay.
Mithul is ready for the next leg of the journey.
Indeed, his kind may be more prepared for what awaits us than the others of the company. After all, Mithul's eyes will be on the road, underfoot watching for loose stones and wind-blown branches. The eyes of the Dunedain must be on the horizon, keeping watch for foes that may seek to slow our errand. I've spoken with Halbarad and the sons of Elrond about the road we will take south through the Trollshaws and into Region. There to rest at Ikad Region before passing south into Enedwaith. A number of Dunlending tribes called the area home when at last I journeyed to those lands. Some were friendly to outsiders, but most were not. The Draig Lucht, the Hebog Lut, they are those you would be wise not to cross, and I will do my best to ensure the Great Company does not entangle with them. Alright, outside the gate by the stables.
Everyone is nearly ready to ride.
The Dunedain, the Sons of Elrond, and Black Lodge, loyal man. Are you familiar with our history, Black Lodge? Are you, as you are joining us on this journey, surely to go down in the annals of the Dunedain? I would have you hear some of it, if you have not already. We have some moments. Let me tell you some of our history, that you may understand the weight of that which we are about to do.
I have been pleased to record much of the history of the Dunedain.
The early years of the Third Age saw the deaths of Isildur and his eldest sons, but his line was not ended, for his youngest son was kept safely here in Rivendell. He was raised far from danger and came to rule the North Kingdom. His descendants would not know peace, for the Nazgul were to reappear, and their chief would wage war upon the men of the West. In the year 1974 of the Third Age, the armies of the Witch King seized Fornost. The North Kingdom was no more, and its ruler, Averdui, fled northward to Forakel. But there he was lost, along with the heirlooms of his house. Some of the Dunedain journeyed into the icy waste to recover them. Do you wish to hear of their quests? See, the House of Isildur, the actions of the Dunedain of wide reach. Okay. Now, Candaith wishes to relate to you some of these stories. Okay.
In the year 1975 of the Third Age, a party of Dunedain, led by the brothers Lyganid and Hyador, traveled north into Forahel to reclaim the relics left behind in the flight from the wreck of Fornost.
Okay. Again, I like the idea of these. I always wish they would just let me play my character since I'm familiar with it now. I gotta like, okay, what am I doing here? I'm a hunter of some kind, maybe. I mean, I get it on some level. It's a little more thematic, but we've come this far without incident, Lyganed, but the road north has certainly become more dangerous. Little is known of the snowmen of Forakel, but if they are opposed to the Witch King, which we will surely find them to be allies. Still, the ship bearing Everdwy should have returned by now, and its absence fills me with worry. We must press onward no matter what we find. The sooner we learn what has befallen King Everdwy, the sooner we may leave this cold land. There are worms on the rise up ahead. Use your skills at remaining unseen and clear a path for us, that we may bring the wagon up the road safely. The trade goods we bring may loosen the tongues of the snowmen as to the fate of our king. Alright, so what's this? Oh, it's going to bring this up every time I switch characters. Decline. No, thank you. No, thank you. Now this is interesting. Let me see. Again, this is something that I'm really appreciative. Somebody left a comment on how to do this. Let me just Google it really quickly. Lotro save UI layout. And then how to load the UI layout. Let's try it. So it's saying UI. Okay, so slash UI layout load. Let's do this. There we go. Perfect. Again, I can't thank the person enough who told me about that because it's been a real help. Okay, so we're going up the road.
Lyganid's ability to remain unseen was unrivaled in the north.
I don't know why I want to. Let's see if I've got some bonus. Heal. Fly true. So I gotta set a mark on somebody. So can I set a mark and then hit him for an opening move? Sure can. Whoa. Okay.
Lyganid worked quickly, and soon half of the worms were defeated. Only 3 remained.
That's a nice touch. I don't know if I've seen that before in some of these, like, quests where they give you, like, narrative updates to create the feeling that you're being told a story. Got it. All right. All right. See what comes next. Oh, I haven't defeated all the... I thought that was the 6th one. Sorry. All right, let's...
Lyganed cleared the path of the winter worms and returned to Hyardor.
I think this is the right way, right? In the right way? There we go. I didn't see the... Did I miss the ring on the map? Yeah, I don't see it on the map here. Very good. Now that the worms are cleared from the past, we may resume our journey northward into Forakel to learn what we may learn.
The small party continued north, coming at last to the shores of the Ice Bay.
Okay, so we've made our way... How far up? Okay, so we're way up by where the shipwreck is. We've come to the end of our road. Look there, the ship that was to carry the King Arvidwi back home lies in ruin. Wish now as you've never before. Wish that he was not aboard the vessel when it broke apart. We cannot tarry here, though dread lies heavily upon my heart. Hurry. So if you remember, this was part of the Volume 1 story. The ghost we were dealing with was
Even
Arvidwi.
as they raced along the shore, they knew what awaited them.
Hey there, what can you tell us of
Asika,
that ship?
The chieftain of that people simply shook his head.
Or are the people of the Tall King?
It was not a question. The Dunedain had been expected.
If you speak of King Arvidwi, we know that he is our liege. What has become of him? Tall King sheltered with us for a time, until the great sea monster came. We warned him not to climb atop it. Our soothsayers smelled danger in the air. He did not listen. How could this happen? Power of the Witch King is very strong in winter. His ice broke the sea monster's back. Who will now rule your people? Did the Tall King have no sons?
Lyganed explained then to Asika that Arvidwi had a son. The line would continue.
I am glad the Tall King had a son to continue his rule. Long may his heirs rule their faraway peoples. He spoke of great treasures and valuable things. He said they were carried upon the sea monster's back, and that they could be used against the Witch King for the betterment of both our peoples. But now all are lost. Nothing comes back out of that frozen water. Only the treasure he gave to me remains. Here in Forakel, we buried the lead. Wait, what treasure is this of which you speak? Before he left us, at his peril, the Tall King gave to me a ring. He said it had no power, but his people would give much to have it back. Need a word with you, Lyganed, sorry. It must be the ring of Barahir. It possesses no power save its value as an heirloom of the House of Isildur, but its value in ancestry cannot be doubted. Did King Arvidwi have some sense of the fate that awaited him? Surely not, but it is curious that this ring has escaped where he was unable. We have brought great store of provisions with us. We will barter for the return of the ring, and it will go south with us, though its master cannot. We must be content with that.
It was in this way that the Ring of Barahir was saved. For more than 900 years, the descendants of Arvidwi ruled as chieftains of the Dunedain.
Ah, the Ettenmoors. I don't believe we've been there yet. The Ettenmoors, I think, are where you do PvP. We're almost there, Kuragur. For good or ill. I fear that we will not find Arador, our chieftain, still alive, but we cannot call off the pursuit until we know for certain. The hill trolls of the Ettenmoors make their homes here on the Troll Height, and the tracks lead into the cleft just ahead. I'll climb the rise and scout the area from above. There are goblins in these parts as well. I leave their fates up to you, but know that the trolls must be our main concern. Good fortune, Kuragur. May we not be too late for our chief.
In the year 2930 of the Third Age, Arador, the chieftain of the Dunedain, was taken captive by hill trolls. Kuragur and Glengon, two of his closest allies, journeyed far into the Ettenmoors to rescue him.
So I don't know if I'm supposed to... Obviously I'm supposed to murder everybody, but... I do like this in some ways, the idea that
Kuragur carefully dealt with the goblins he encountered.
you know, we're supposed to be, you know, pretty kick-ass, so, like, being able to just stealth in and go pop them one at a time, total one-shots, feels thematically good. Can I get up there above them and pop them?
The goblins would long whisper of the shadow that cut down their fellows that day. The goblins fell before him, and Kuragur came to the den of the hill trolls.
Okay, let's see how this goes. 4,000. I feel like I can... Let's do stealth just to be... Nope, it didn't work. So it looks like I can stun them, so let me then worry about this guy.
The hill trolls were defeated, but it was too late. The chieftain of the Dunedain was dead.
Ooh. Oh no, Arador! Arador! Alas, we are too late. Arador has been slain. Curse these vile trolls. Glengon wipes away a tear and composes himself as best he may. His son Arathorn is chieftain of the Dunedain now, though he want it not. And him newly married as well. There's nothing for it, Kuragur. We must return with the sad news. I pity Arathorn for the responsibility that now falls to him. But we must console ourselves with the knowledge that the line of Isildur will continue. What a sorrow it were to end in this world. Oh, what a sorrow if it were to end in this world. May Arathorn reach a different fate than his father. Let none come to this troll height without remembering the fate of the chieftain of the Dunedain. From this point forward, this height will be known as Arador's End, and will be a warning to all.
The Rangers fervently hoped that Arador's son, Arathorn, would rule long as their chief, but it was not to be. 1 year after the birth of his son Aragorn, Arathorn was slain by orcs, and his wife fled to Rivendell.
Alright, here we go, the man himself. We've been friends for many years, Tugan, and we have explored the wild lands of Eriador together. Your friendship means a great deal to me, but I have said nothing for which you should be angry with me. I have told you before that I plan to adventure in the Southlands, and to return when I have done deeds worthy of my father and grandfather. You cannot come with me, my friend. If I am to lead the Dunedain, needs must I perform feats worthy of that obligation. It is something I must do alone, Tugan.
In the year 2956 of the Third Age, Aragorn was about to make an important acquaintance.
I wish to see the great kingdoms of the south, Tugan. Who's that on the road ahead? Few travelers take this way. You're a long way from home, old man. What brings you to this road?
The old man smiled with amusement.
What you say is true. It might also be said of you, Aragorn, son of Arathorn. How do you know my name? No. Hold, Tugan. I do not believe this man is our enemy. I know a great deal about you. That's creepy. I know that you were fostered by Elrond of Rivendell after the death of your father. I know that he has told you something of your noble lineage. I know, too, he has given you heirlooms of your house, the shards of Narsil and the ring, Barahir. But how do you know these things, old man? I know, because it's my business to know. I am Gandalf.
Yes, it was Gandalf, and if Aragorn in his youth spoke roughly, the wizard surely forgave him.
There are great things in store for you, Aragorn. For Aragorn, your chieftain, Tugan. But he must arrive at them in his own time. It is the solemn duty of all of the Dunedain to protect him, for he is descended from Isildur, in line unbroken, and one day he must rule Gondor. Gandalf smiles with amusement, peering at you from underneath his eyebrows. But these are mighty words, and the time is still far off. We all have work to do before that day comes, not just Aragorn, not just in our small way, the wizards, but you as well, Tugan. You will not travel with Aragorn on his journey into the kingdoms of the south, for he has made up his mind, but you still have your role to play. In friendship, you will carry it out and have victory, I am certain, for that is a weapon no servant of the enemy fully understands. Elrond has spoken to me of Gandalf the Grey, and I am ashamed I did not recognize him at first, Tugan. Still, he has warmth, though perhaps he tries to hide it. There were many things I wanted to ask him should we ever meet, but now I cannot think of any. What a chance meeting. Let us continue on to Lothlorien, and perhaps then I will remember the questions I wish to ask. Loading screens seem a bit longer than usual. I don't know. Well, I guess I don't know what it's setting up. I don't know if it's like making a connection to a server or something, because then the load goes gajink, but it seems to be taking a little bit before that bar fills. Okay, we're back here, so let me just get rid of these. See, it's the 18th anniversary, so they've got stuff going on for that. which I say no thank you at the moment. I don't think I've ever done any of that. What's this? Lotro Points title awarded? What's that? Known to the Grey Company. Again, I don't know. Oh, Watcher of Roads. That's kind of a cool one. I'll stick with that. Okay.
All of the Dunedain have played their parts. So it will be with us.
And so it was that Aragorn, heir of Isildur, through unbroken line down the long years, began his friendship with Gandalf, the Grey Pilgrim. He will be known by the sword that he bears, Anduril, Flame of the West, and by the Ring of Barahir, once lost but since regained. It is the task of the Dunedain, and indeed all of the friends of Aragorn, to ensure he safely comes into his birthright. We will not question it. If this is the time for his ascension to the kingship, it must be so. Ride with us, for we ride into history. Laganed, Hyrdor, Corugir, and Glangon. All are remembered for the parts they played in the great drama of the age. So it will be with us.
Speak with Halbarad to see if he has any advice before we depart.
Some of the Dunedain have already begun to ride Black Lodge. Speak with Halbarad at the stables to see if he has any advice before the rest of us depart. It's a pretty straightforward white wizard look going on there. Level 150. Whoa.
We will all gather again for a rest at Gwingris in Eregion.
Alright, we're heading to Eregion. Nice. Probably been pronouncing it wrong the whole time. Our preparations are complete, and some of the Dunedains have already mounted their horses and begun to ride. You do the same, or engage one of the horses at these stables, and we'll be off. Lothrandir and I have chosen a course that will take us south in several legs, the first of which leads south through the Trollshaws and into Eregion. We will meet up at Gwingris in Eregion, and we will have a rest. I think I've been there before. I don't know if I can actually, like, teleport. Let's see where we can get to. We're heading to Eregion, which is over here. Okay. Trollshaws, Tam, okay.
How can I be of service?
Oh, I can actually just go. I've unlocked that. Let's go. Alright, after a long journey, we've made it to Gwingris. We can find our rangers here. Here we go. Another player, possibly doing the same quest, Minstrel, level 65.
The first leg of our journey is complete, but not without incident.
My horse, Erebrandir, has drawn up lame. There's something wrong with one of his shoes, and he cannot go unless something is done. Albarad says I should just engage another horse, but I have been speaking to the elves here, and they've given me another idea. Apparently a skilled farrier, well, whatever, has recently passed through Gwingris. The farrier, Lundan by name, could certainly repair Erebrandir's shoes. I suggested that Lundan left Gwingris heading east. I understand. I don't know what I said. If you find him, convince him to return, and we will have been delayed but a little. Okay, so I'm wondering if we need to actually dip south and east around these hills. There may be a way through it, but it feels like it's going to be a little impenetrable. I might spend more time trying to navigate that than actually just going around. Oh, there is a road. Oh, no. Okay, I see what it's doing. Okay. Nope, so you can see it was going to take us north off the map. It was going to go around the other edge of the hill, so let's just go around. What are we dealing with here? Level 48? Okay, so we should be in the clear in terms of having to deal with constant interruptions of mobs. My recollection of Aragorn, or however you say it, is questing here with my champion to get the levels I needed to qualify for Moria. I remember doing a bunch of quests for that reason. And I mentioned like the realization I had that the champion was not for me was near Lake Evendim when I got jumped and got crushed, and I was like, I thought I was supposed to be able to like area of effect damage and kill, and I just couldn't do it. But yeah, this is basically where I quit my champion. I was just like, I was just like, this isn't fun anymore. Let's see what these other classes are that came out with Moria. But yeah, Aragorn is as far as I got with my initial main. And then it was kind of nice, like when I hit level 55, say, I got to 54 with my champion. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Here we go. This is no longer my main. My main is now the Warden. I feel like he's up there, but how do I get up? Oh, there we go. Okay.
Careful, stranger. There's a group of Uruks in these parts.
Saw them not 2 hours ago. They were passing north, and though I could understand little of their cruel speech, it seems to me they were seeking treasure. There are ruins throughout these lands, you know. These Uruks would like nothing better than a chance at plunder. Lodan listens to your account of Cyrodian's plight and agrees to tend to the needs of his horse. His face then freezes in a mask of fear. The Uruks, they're coming back. Prepare to fight. Oh, let's get off our horse. Let's knock some bitches down. There we go. Finally registered my spear. Thank you, friend. I will speak with you again back at Gwingris. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about this part of the story because, like I said, my quote unquote current main is a level 84 warden doing Rohan stuff. So clearly, I've got a few levels left to go before I'm fully immersed in the Rohan part of the storyline. But Yeah, I just don't recall the story beats in between. I think I said this once before at some point, that I was able to get into Aragorn before it was actually officially open. I don't know how I glitched into it, but somehow, like, I was able to... I forget where. There was some bridge that led into somewhere around here, and, was it here? It was just completely empty, though. No creatures, no nothing. So I sort of just, like, tooled around a little bit. Okay, talk to Landon the Farrier. I stupidly returned to the guy who gave me the quest.
I have fit a new shoe to Cyrodiil's horse. He will have no problems now.
Wonder if the same can be said for the few who live in these lands. Those Uruks spoke as if more would be coming, and we have no reason to doubt them. There's been much more activity among those creatures, many more of them on the roads in the recent weeks. I do not like it. Well, give Cyrodiil my thanks for sending you my way, friend. A friend man. I would have been in a great deal of trouble if you had not come along when you had, and the price of a new horseshoe is a small price to pay indeed.
Aragorn is ready to go once more.
His new shoes fit perfectly, a testament to the skill of London. I'm worried about these Uruks, though. If it is true that many of these creatures have come north through Enedwaith into Aragorn, a ride south may quickly become more difficult than it has been to this point. Are they solely here for plunder, or is there another purpose that drives them? London gave me the shoe he took from Aragorn. It is yours if you want it. Some people believe a shoe such as this brings good fortune. I do not think that's the case, but I leave you to make up your own mind.
The rest of the Dunedain have gone on ahead. They wait now for us.
We will meet up with the company for the next leg of our journey further south of here, at Icad Aragorn. May the wind at your back speed you onward. Aragorn and I will see how stands up the work of London. Until we meet again. All right. Forces at work in Aragorn. Okay, so let's see. We're just gonna, make our way from there to the next place.
Negovanen.
Which one is this? Icad Aragorn. Okay. Apparently I have not earned the ability to fast travel for money, so I'll just take the slow boat. I'm wondering, to the Vales of Anduin. And there's all these areas that it's going to have to make us hit up at some point. I wonder if that's where we're going to start. Like, you know, because we want to head south. To Dunlin. I mean, we're sort of, yeah. Guess we're eventually... Oh, that's to Dunlin. That's that other quest. This is crazy. Just absolutely Gap of Rohan, Isengard. Absolutely nuts. I know it's not literal. I feel like they sort of created almost every square inch of Middle Earth, just stuck it in this game and gave you reasons to go there. Messing around with some of my equipment the other day, yesterday, and as I'm wont to do, but I gotta say, you know I talk about how I lose my voice, and I feel like, quote unquote, quality of my voice, I don't mean like how, hey baby, just like, it changes significantly, and so I'm always like, oh, now it doesn't sound so good, my settings that I thought sounded okay sound terrible. Like, it's crazy how I can just listen to it one day and go like, ugh, and like, 2 weeks ago, I would have been like, oh yeah, no, I dialed it in, baby. Yeah, it's just, I get tired of it in some ways, but I know, like, I'm always going to be like that. Here we go. Like, I just can't stop fidgeting with it.
We have received a call for aid, and Halbarad thinks we should help.
We've called a halt, and it may be for longer than we originally intended. We've received a call for aid from a dwarf coming north from the White Mountains, and Halbarad has determined it to be serious enough to justify a stop. The dwarf's name is Fusi Gemcutter, and he will speak to you about his problem. He'll speak to anyone, it seems. Here, yeah, I think so. But yeah, and like for a little while I thought I had the SM7B dialed in, and then all of a sudden one time I listened to it and I'm like, ugh. And then I was like hearing hiss that I felt like I wasn't always hearing.
You are no ranger.
Hiss like that I don't believe I would hear when I had the Rodecaster Pro 2. Like, I would like touch parts of my desk and I felt like I could hear it. I don't know if it was just like triggering the noise gate for some reason, and then I was letting like fan noise in from the... I don't know, but it was like a weird thing that I don't get with my other mic. Just weird. Let's see. Yes, who are you? You are no ranger, I can see that. It's an outrage, I tell you, when dwarves cannot take the road north from the White Mountains without fear of harassment. There we were, my father and I went out from behind one of the large stones you see scattered everywhere in these lands, jumps the largest Uruk you have ever seen. He beat his chest with a gloved hand, shouted the name of his clan, I'll never forget it, then knocked out my father, Funi, and dragged him off. You ask him in what directions the Shark Kunak Uruk took his father, and his brow furrows with puzzlement. Shark Kunak? No, the name he shouted was Ninkoth. In all the confusion, I can't remember what direction he went, but you can find the site of the attack, which was to the east of here. You may see some tracks or something. East, the other way. The other right. Okay. The other right? I don't know if that's a ubiquitous joke among left-handed people of a certain age. I am not left-handed, but my late mother was. And she was of an age where they still tried to, quote-unquote, correct the evils of left-handedness. And they tried to force her to be right-handed in elementary school. And so when she got older, because that was sort of, they tried to jam that into her brain, sometimes she would think left was right. Because, you know, as a young child, she was left-handed and she was very much like left, but they kept saying right, and so she sort of confused him a little bit sometimes. And so there was a joke that she used to say when we would say it's over on the right, and she would go left, and then she's like, oh no, you mean the other right. And so again, not anything amazing, but yeah. Something my mother used to joke about. All right, let's see. Confusion of tracks surrounds the fallen pack and lead off to the east. Says he dropped the sack here when we nabbed him. Should be around here. Oh yeah. Let's do this. I'm just hitting buttons, baby. There we go. Am I close to killing this guy? Alright, I'll save. Just finish him off if you could. It's taking longer than I thought. Let's do it ourselves. Anyway, been roughly a year since she passed, and obviously missed every day, but yeah, I do remember that joke. And then my dad also, my departed father, when my parents were still together, they would make that joke together sometimes. Man, my father's been gone for almost 8 years. That's crazy. Anyway, let's see what he has to say. Frightened adventurer.
You pursue the Uruks. Your trail ends here, I am afraid.
The ruins of Minas Elendur that you see atop the cliffs here are crawling with the creatures, and with worse besides. Still, you intend to scour the ruins? You are brave, my friend. But I cannot dissuade you. I at least will tell you what I have learned of the place. I will not myself journey there again, nor for any sum. Not for any sum. There are strange doings going on inside Minas Elendur and its cursed cellars, and I have seen enough to last me.
Well, this was the site of a terrible battle, long ago.
Let's see, the elves of Gwingris would not tell me much of these ruins, but they told me enough to whet my curiosity. But this was the site of a battle long ago, and none of the people who lived here were spared the sword. The goal of the enemy was not treasure, for the coffers were left untouched. Untouched? But there is something strange about the rooms and corridors of Minas Elendur. The cellars of Delatham, which run beneath it. You see things sometimes, disturbing things. It's as if the horrors that fell upon this place scarred it in some way that the stories have not forgotten. It would be a brave man indeed to explore the place from top to bottom. Some rooms in Minas Elendur can only be reached by stairs within Delatham, and the opposite seems to also be true. I do not know why the Ninkoth Uruks have come to this place, but I feel it must be as bewildering to them as it is to me. Wherever they are keeping this dwarf for whom you are looking, it will not be easy to find. Alright, let's explore. That's where we're going? Yep. Here we go. Alright. Wherever they have taken him, he will not truly be easy to find. Boom, bloodstain. Just blood everywhere. Follow the money, but it's blood. Floor is stained with blood. Will this lead to Funi, the gem cutter? Let's take this guy out. Here, you berserker. How did it not register? So they tend to try and kick off some kind of skill at the beginning of the fight. I don't know if it's some kind of berserk to their name that they're named after, but should probably keep a boot open early in the fight. Jam that up. What if I actually need to click these? Bleed should finish him off, but I'll do another boot just to chip in, see how Funi's doing.
By Durin, a friendly face.
I had all but given up hope of rescue, and here you appear as if from nowhere. Hurry, there's not much time.
These Uruks are as miserable a creature as any I have seen.
These Uruks call themselves Ninkoth, but I care not. They are as miserable a creature as any I have seen. It seems they have come north on the heels of another breed, but these have designs of settling down in these lands. What an idea. Better up here than down near Zigil Jabal, my home in the White Mountains. But still too close for comfort. We've had troubles there enough. The Ninkoth Uruks kept me alive for a purpose, friend. They've been bringing me golden trinkets. They've been bringing golden trinkets to me from throughout the cellars of this place with the idea that I could somehow fashion them into items of worth. Which of course I can, but would never do for these creatures. I cannot bear the thought of these treasures being left here for the Ninkoth. Explore the ruins, gather up the treasure, bring it back to me. I would not mind a bit if you took some time to slay some Uruks either. Oh, and you may want to take a map. Okay. So if I hit the map now, okay. Start dropping fools. I think it's spoilers on the list. I'll check that door out in a sec. Okay, so I think whatever it is a telling mark. So I get extra incoming damage. Okay. Let's see what's in here. I don't think fearsome are on the list, but treasure's there, so. Oh, this guy might be a signature. Yeah, okay. paying attention, so luckily it didn't matter too much. I wonder if these things would actually even fight me if I just walked by. Did I get a map? Because I feel like... I don't seem to be getting the benefits of one. Oh well. So what I can't tell is if I need to, like, clear the whole level, or did I get the one treasure that I'm gonna find here, or if it all just sort of leads to the same place, like back to the main area. You found the illuminated bend in Delotham. Oh, I had a boot ready to go. I should have just done that. Oh well. Four-quarter junction in Delotham, all right. I think I'm good on the spoilers, but let me clear it just in case I need to get by them. Nope, these guys are just gonna go for it. All right, here's another one. Nice. Oh yeah, kill 8 of those things? Holy god, okay. But we did find another coffer, so maybe being down here is enough? Let me just keep going. Nice, another one, okay. I assume this is going to be like a, how are we doing? Alright, let's keep going. Let's stay here. What do we got? We've got 3 of the 4 offers. I guess we could just clear out the berserkers in the other part, but there we go, another one. Let's pop him. All right. I gotta be careful. I think I'm near death. Another berserker, nice. So yeah, let me pop off some heals to get start with the wall of steel. Maybe somebody got that extra damage off on me, or maybe I was burning to death with the... Yeah, let me pop off some heals. I'm good on healing, but I am taking extra incoming damage. Let me just get a couple more heals going, get a bleed going on this guy. That should do it. I was really hoping there would be a coffer in here. Did I already get the coffers? I have not. Okay. One more to find. Oops, I don't even know what I'm trying to build up there. Okay. I think my fingers are one off. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So there's a couple passages, that far one to the west. I'm starting to wonder if I've sort of gotten everything I'm going to get out of here. Oh, and I can go this way. All right. Okay, let's, boom, boom. Just double check one last place. Berserker, that'll help out at least a little bit. Need 2 more of those. Okay, I think we're just about out of places to go. So maybe one of these doors I've actually got to take. One more Berserker, that'll do that. Okay, so we're sort of back to where we began. I think that basically is going to cover the whole map. All right, let's go find a door and see if it gets us anywhere closer to the last. Yeah, my fear is that I missed it in this area here, and but I feel like I've covered every room. Let's just pick a door and see where it goes. I'm wondering if it takes us to more tunnels or if it takes us back to the main area. Okay, found the room of doors. Let's try another door. Yeah, see, I feel like I'm just... So the question is, are there going to be any coffers up here, or am I... Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. Okay, so you take a door, go up, go back. This should be a signature, if I can get anything firing off here. Okay, this is going to get us what we need, and then we can just get out of here. Okay, here we go. And, nope, I can't. I was about to say, can I just mithril token out of here? I can't. A little disappointing, but at least I sort of know how to get back, assuming I actually need to. Can I get there through here? Place with my gambits, alright.
Excellent, excellent. We will bring these treasures out into the sunlight.
Let's go, Black Lodge. I will meet you back at, what was the name? Aragorn. Tell my son I'm on my way. How did I get out of here? You know what? It's cheap, but the risk of just sitting around getting lost for a while. I cannot believe those Uruks thought to trouble us.
My father is back. He spoke well of your performance within the ruins.
Okay, he's been deep in conversation with one of the rangers here. I think they want him to make something, but what it is I have no idea. That ranger, Radonir, might be able to tell you more. Is he here or is he outside?
Ah, now I know why Halbarad wanted us to rescue this phony gem cutter.
Just been talking with Halbarad, and now this whole affair with the gem cutters makes sense to me. I now know why Halbarad thought this delay was necessary, and I agree with him. He has a commission for Funi Gem Cutter, a task for which Funi is well suited. He wants Funi to make an imitation of the ring Barahir.
Halbarad can tell you more, but I agree with him. What chance is this?
What chance is this that puts a wandering jewel crafter right in our path at this moment? He's right. It's a small chance, surely, but a happy one. Talk to Halbarad here at Aragorn to learn more about this plan. Nearby? Yeah.
Our only aim is to help the heir of Isildur in any way that we can.
Think of this, Black Lodge. The line of Isildur is recognized by the heirlooms of that house, the shards of Narsil, now reforged, the scepter of Enumenas, the long kept in Rivendell, and the ring of Barahir, almost lost in Forakel but regained. I believe you've heard that story. And now this Grey Company rides to the defense of Aragorn and the southern lands increasingly under the sway of the Uruk. Danger crowds around us upon every side. But our own safety must be secondary to that of Aragorn. Imagine, therefore, if a member of our company is slain or taken captive by the enemy. If that man bore a ring of the same description as the ring of Barahir, would that not give his captor pause? I think actually this is kind of a good plan. I have therefore made this proposal to Funi Gemcutter. To craft rings so like the ring of Barahir based on Candaith's description that should any of this company fall into the hands of the enemy, it may sow confusion to his mind. This confusion may buy the true heir precious time. Tell me when you're ready and we will go with Funi to the forges he will use. Again, the idea like, yeah, if our sacrifice buys 10 minutes, that 10 minutes might be the difference between getting just to the brink of success and failing and just getting across the finish line. So, I like it.
It is time. A skilled jewel crafter has crossed our path, and Halbarad has devised a curious plan for him. He wants imitations made of the ring of Barahir borne by Aragorn for each Dunedain in our company.
All right, as you see, we're down here way in the southwest at Tam... something. My arrow's blocking it. Funi Gemcutter has been working hard within, melting gold with which to fashion quality imitations of the ring borne by Aragorn, our chieftain. Candaith, learned in lore as he is, described the ring to Funi, and the dwarf has pledged that his reproductions will deceive all but the most studious observer. What is this? Hey, you there. Oh, sorry, Hoi. The work goes well. Already some of the rings have been made, and they are identical to the description with which my father was provided, but the gold is running low. Very little gold is needed for each ring, of course, but my father can only use small quantities of the material when it is melted, or imperfections will arise. Bring more coffers of gold to me from where they are being stored. I've got like $1 million. Can I just give you... No? Okay. Coffers you retrieved from Minas Elindur are in the corner there. Okay. Where are they stored? Oh, over there. Okay. I hope there's enough gold for the rings your friends require. It takes more than ordinary gold, you see. Only the highest quality gold can be used. These are to be sufficiently realistic, and when melted, only a very small amount of this gold is suitable. Talk to Candaith. The ring making's going well, good. I gave the jewel smith a description of the ring of Barahir as I remembered it, and if he has the skill he claims to have, his imitation should be suitable. Elro here wanted me to send you to him, if you had a moment. He was contemplating our plans beneath a tree in the courtyard to the north of here, if you would speak with him. Elro here was in the courtyard to the north when I left him. North. Crafting with the rings sought by Halbarad goes well. Oh, sorry, it's a question. Crafting the rings sought by Halbarad goes well? Good. If these preparations give our enemies even the slightest pause, the time they take will be counted 5 and 7 times in value. Elro here pauses for a moment, thinking, and then takes you into his confidence. Before we left Imladris, my father gave to me a message for Aragorn. Gave to me messages for Aragorn, confident that he would understand them. I too understand their meaning, and that understanding fills me with worry. He bade me to remind Aragorn of the words of the seer Malbeth, and of the paths of the dead I will tell you of. Suddenly, a shout breaks the silence, and Elro here leaps to his feet. What was that? Someone's in trouble. Where? Oh no. An exhausted ranger stands before you, his breath ragged and uneven. Black Lodge, a party of warring Uruks has climbed the path to this place, and I have seen others in the distance. It will not be long before they arrive. Aros grabs your arm, desperate to tell you something else. Golodir stayed behind to hold them back. Help him. Go quickly and help Golodir. I'll get help Black Lodge. Go and stand with Golodir. Will do. Spare not, Black Lodge. We will defeat these Uruks, or we will delay them for as long as necessary for the remainder of our company to complete the task for which we have come to these forges. I have told you once already, Uruk, you will not leave this place alive. A good joke. A lot of chatter going on. You two, teach them the dangers of boasting to Kuftak of the Ninkoth. With pleasure. 5 seconds later, he was dead. Oh, screwed up that. Screwed that up. See if we can lock this one down. There we go. Double up that bleed, even though really it's overkill. Is that the best you can manage? You impudent. I thought I smelled man flesh here. Or is that the stench of Sarkhud, what are you doing here? The Ninkoth have this in hand. Amglock, Sarkhud, Ninkoth beef. This is not what I see. Show these weaklings you're okay. Now my Ninkoth attack. You will be the ones to slay. Okay, everybody's just getting killed. Okay, that combo got a little thrown, but that wasn't my fault. That was a bit of a delay, I think. Together we can slay them, Kuftak. We must put aside our some things. You are right. There are only two of them. We'll rip them to shreds. Golodir and Black Lodge are not alone, vile ones. What can you hope to do? You will be the first to die. Got a couple signatures. Is it on? Grey Company attack. Got a bunch of Boar's rushes going. Basically, screwed that up. Trying to get like damage over time kind of things that affect the whole group. If the timing is a little off, there we go. Let that be a lesson to you. Together, the strength of the Dunedain cannot be overcome. According to Fusey Gemcutter, his father's work is going well and smoothly. With no more interruptions, I feel we will soon see an end to this delay. Albarad laughs softly, a sound that has been missing from the journey of the Great Company, unnoticed until now. I say delay, but I feel better for having a secret held in reserve. Let our foes mill about in confusion, while their true heir of Ilstador makes stealth his ally. Not their true, the true. It's good to be doing something. Completed instance as near as may be. All right. Talk to Halbarad. We're on chapter 8 already.
May this work prove to have been unnecessary in the end. Fervently, I hope it is so.
It's done, Black Lodge. Again, I hope this was just a momentary delay that we will never have needed. But in the sad event that one of our friends is slain or captured by the enemy, perhaps his Bebarahir will buy our chieftain Aragorn some precious seconds. All of our struggles are for him, for the return of the heir of Isildur, the return of the king of Gondor. It's always good writing when you can drop the name of the work into just typical dialogue. Just classic. All of our struggles, okay. We soon must be off again. Our destiny awaits us in the wide southern lands. Oh. Halbarad's helm, let's take that. Nice.
A single hesitation on the part of Aragorn's foes could make the difference. A single hesitation on the part of Aragorn's foes could make the difference.
All right, chapter 9. If we're fortunate, none of the rings of Babar-Rahir borne by the Rangers of the Company will need to serve the purpose for which they were crafted. Even so, I'm glad to have them in the event, okay? Yep, sort of repeating some of the stuff. It's time again to ride. Let us cross into the northern stretches of Dunland. The plains of Enedwaith will be the next stop on our journey. We'll take our rest once we cross into the land of Fordarith, in northern Enedwaith. Dagoras will select a location, and you should speak with Lothrandir when we arrive at Ikad Dagoras. Learn the lay of the land. Okay. Find Ikad Dagoras. Okay, so we're sort of like traveling on our own at this point. Let's see. There's the stable. So let's see where we can get to. We're trying to get south to Enedwaith. And we're trying to get to... Where are we trying to get to? Gap of Rohan. No, let's... find Ikad Dagoras and Fordarith. Okay. Where is that? Ikad. So we need to get to Fordarith, which is, I thought, down here. Fordarith. Okay, so maybe it's just covered up by the horse icon. We can't quite see the ring. But, so the closest we're going to get is Ikad Mirabel is pretty good. You know what? Honestly, we'd be going there. Let's just do it ourselves. I'm going to cut straight south. I think I said it at the time. I enjoy questing in this area too. I know I didn't have to do it much. Basically, I'm just a broken record. I enjoy basically questing in almost every area except for Moria. So I should just maybe lay that out there as the qualifier, so I don't need to say I enjoy questing here every time we enter a new area. Although I don't know if that's going to hold up when I get to Rohan. Not that I remember not liking questing, I just remember really hating the mounted combat, like really disliking it, not finding it fun at all. I feel like I should be cutting... there's a road over here that I feel like I should take, because eventually we're going to get to... We're going to get to like hills and stuff that I might not be able to cross, so let me make my way to the road. Alright, entering Fordarith. Very nice. Okay, so we got to be a little more mindful. It looks like some of the enemies here are still a light blue, so they will initiate combat. Although we're almost level 66, so that might go away very shortly. Again, no memory of this place. I don't recall any of what happens here. I don't remember what these lands look like. I do remember Eregion. I remembered Mirkwood because I really enjoyed it. I remember a little bit of Rohan. I don't remember the in-betweens, though. Here we go. Path of the Grey Company. Got it.
What can I do for you?
Unlocked this. Nice. So wait a minute, where are we? Okay. So maybe this is the area that takes us from like 65 to like 80 or whatever and gets us ready to go to Dunland? Man, we're definitely going to Isengard. I look forward to that. Let's see. Deed bestowed, Path of the Grey Company. Okay.
The men of Dunland are a wild people, and they care little for the Dunedain.
The road south is a long one, Black Lodge. You should know something of this land and its people. The men of Dunland are a wild people, and they care little for the Dunedain, and not at all for the men of Rohan. They have warred with the Rohirrim and covet still their lands. It is their strongly held belief that those lands belong to the men of Dunland. They are proud and fierce, quick to anger and slow to forgiveness. They tolerate no weakness and are suspicious of outsiders. During my time here in the Southlands, it seemed to me that these men had no identity as Dunlandings, thinking of themselves instead of as members of particular clans dominated by strong, willful leaders. Daggeras has met already with the members of one such clan, Wadu, of the Ukluth. He has set aside his suspicions for the moment, and you might learn something of his people by speaking with him. What level quest are we looking at here?
Will you aid the Grey Company?
So there are side quests that involve the Grey Company, which could be interesting, but I'm going to stick to the main quest for now because a little over-leveled for this area, it seems like.
You have come with these men, but you are not one of them.
The warning I gave to this man, this Daggeras, I give to you. My people will not allow you to interfere with their lives. You may pass through these lands, but you cannot stay. Strength only do they respect, strength such as mine or my father's Suvolch. Even my sister Nona wields the sword, and I wager she does so with greater skill than any of these Duvadayad.
The Ukluth clan will tolerate your presence, but others will be hostile.
Luth, is that how? Okay. But other Dunlanding Luth will be openly hostile. They have been given gold and have forgotten their true allegiances. Many of them traveled north into the land of the Holly, but they have returned. They are cowards on their own, and they are cowards on behalf of their new master. But these Luth that fight for gold have no loyalty to their former brothers. They fight even the Ukluth, every one of my people they slay, they put a mark in blood on a chip of wood. They believe their new master will pay them for every one of their kinsmen they slay. It's an abomination. I have already killed some of my people. Travel to the deserters' camps north of here and deprive them of the blood marks they have already collected. Recover, too, the weapons of my fallen brothers. I do not want them taken by their foes. Go kill some wild folk. Seems like... Alright, it's on. Let's collect blood marks and recover weapons. Do we do it by just killing? We'll find out, I guess. Or is it from... Okay. What's this? Dwarf marker. I'm gonna click it just to see what it does. Okay. New deed. Exiles from the Lonely Mountain, of course. You found dwarf markers in Fort. Okay. Does killing this guy get me anything? I think this is how I got the blood marks. It looks like we're going to be good on the weapons, so now I just got to murder be a dozen more of these guys and get their... Okay, that should do it for him. Let me go pop this guy. Nobody cares about snarling shadows. I just want deserters to murder. I don't know if you just heard that sort of bell ring. I've always wondered what that meant. I sometimes feel like I hear it every once in a while. And maybe I'm not paying attention to the UI and for what it's trying to tell me, but got him, okay.
These other clans are no longer of my stock. They are like orcs now.
Brings me no joy to see these marks, nor to receive these weapons, for they are reminders of the Ukluth that have fallen, and of the greed of these people that were once my kin, but no more. These other Luth are no longer my stock. They are cowards, slave to gold, and are no longer men. They are like orcs now, and the brave Ukluth will treat them like orcs. You will continue to do so? Good. You are not one of us, but you will be a friend to my family. Perhaps we will compare the tallies of the slain when all the Dunland is unified again under the strong rule of the Ukluth. I look forward to that time. Tell your Duvadiad friends what you have done for Wadu. I'm not certain about them, but about you I have made up my mind. Your strength of will is like mine, and you are made of similar stuff, strong as the stones of Dunland. Right. The ways of this place are coming back to me after my long absence.
Perhaps Wadu's respect for you will help us as we work with his people.
Okay, Wadu at least seems pleased with you, Black Lodge. If his family ruled the Ukluth, perhaps our road south would be easier. Sadly, it appears that his father, Sivolk, though respected by the Brennan of the Ukluth, is not one of his Brehur. Still, respect earned is not respect wasted. Perhaps Wadu's respect for you will help us as we must deal more closely with the Ukluth.
Cyrodion has gone on ahead and established a camp in the Windfells.
He planned to investigate the state of the road that runs through Enedwaith and Dunland, for he worried that it had been blocked by hostile Dunlanding clans. Go now to his camp far to the southwest of here, on a hilltop in the Windfells. Help him with his investigation. I know he will be happy to have your help. Aye.
What business have you with the Grey Company?
That's a good read. What business have you with the Grey Company? That's like that feels like it's in the camp of Aragorn like it should be, right? Like Aragorn adjacent in a good way. Okay, so we're trying to get here to the crossroads and closer to the center of the map. Stick to the road to avoid potential dangers. You know, part of what I was saying, part of what I liked about Book 1 of Volume 3, part of the joy of going back, and I think I've said this regarding other games and stuff, like part of the joy of advancing in a game is, oh, interesting, is sort of getting a chance to see how far you've come. And I always felt like old games were really good at that. Probably mentioned it at some point during Darklands. I don't know if I mentioned it during Ultima 5, but like old, like Bard's Tale games, and you know, you start off barely able to survive the streets of starting areas, and then by the end it's just like, ugh. Souls games are a little bit like that, and MMOs, you know, whatever. You're not going to get that in the same way mechanically, I guess, but it's nice to be able to, you know, go back to your old haunts and be like, oh yeah, you know, I remember the struggles fondly, but I'm glad to be past them. It's sort of like, you know, it's like once you're done with high school, you're like, yeah, you know, that was fine, but I'm glad to be moving on. Or some people are like, you know, fuck high school, I hated high school. Glad to be out the door, but you know what I mean. I myself was not like that. I was, I guess, lucky in that way. But there were aspects of high school I was glad to. So I think I need to go right and then left into those ruins. I was glad to, yeah. think I was saying in the last stream, like, I'm not necessarily like a super emotional person, but I can be nostalgic. But part of being nostalgic for me is like, sometimes I sort of wish away the current chapter a little bit, because I'm really curious to see what comes next. Of course, like, wishing those chapters away now means like, like, again, one foot in the grave. You know, not too many chapters left to wish away. Where am I trying to go? I'm trying to go further up. Get up. But you sort of like, oh yeah, I get the routine of this chapter. I'm wondering what the next chapter will be. And like, yeah, but you still got like half the chapter to go, man. You can't just wish it away. Nor should you. But it's just, you know, it's excitement. I'm excited to see what comes next. Like, I'm excited to see what comes next, like, for my kids. You know, my son's off at college, so I got to see, and, you know, that excitement to see what comes next. I got to experience once already. Excited to see what my daughter, you know, the path she takes. I'm hoping there's a way up. I just murder everybody. Corpse. Not above rummaging around a corpse. Let's see what they have to offer. It looked like money. Just grave robbed, straight up. Not sure I cracked the code on how to get up there. And there's some things I just want to stay the same, like, you know, like stability of career-wise, you know, just like, if that could just not change for the next 20 years, you know, I don't need it to be like become the most powerful person in the world kind of thing. I just want to hum along and do good work at what I do, and that's a little bit of the stuff that's potentially going on at the moment. Like, who knows where that stuff lands. I bet at the end of the day I'm in the wrong spot. I feel like, why is the guy going to be here? Like, I feel like he's going to be adjacent to here, and then he's going to send me into here. Murder everybody. How do I get to the adjacent part? Leg break? Hell yeah. Alright. Double leg break. So I was completely heading in the wrong direction. Okay, let's follow this path down. Or is it up top? There we go. You've discovered a cod Cyrodon.
The Grey Company will need your aid.
Let's skip. I can sell though, right? Browse the shop. Let's repair.
What brings you to the wilds of Enedwythe?
Lose this. Crossbow of bluffing. Don't need that. Garnets. Someday I feel like I'm going to regret all this stuff, that crafting stuff I probably could have used to blow through multiple levels of crafting. Let's see, bounties, scales, clubs, map to the Shire, Dawn Roses. What am I up to? I'm up to 51 gold. I don't know how often I need to check in on my home, or can I just pay my bills remotely online, so to speak? Okay. Nope. Chapter 11, the blockade.
We have few friends here, and I fear they are becoming fewer.
Things are not right in Enedwaith. As we've come further south, it becomes more clear to me that the plans of the wizard Saruman told to us by Elrond are more advanced than even the Elf Lord believed. You tell Cyrodion of your encounter with Wadu of the Ukluth, and he nods grimly. We have few friends here, Black Lodge, and I fear they are becoming fewer. Wadu may speak for us, but I am not convinced that his clan will listen. Already there are more clans in Enedwaith than just the Ukluth, and they are hostile to us. Travel a short way north and see what has become of the road. I fear it's been blockaded at the command of Saruman. So I guess in this point of the story, like Saruman, like we've figured out that he's a bad dude. Yes. Nice touch the wind. Break some legs, baby. Here we go. Is this the blockade? I think we found our evidence. Little wonders. So I was looking for some Hobbit stuff. Maybe this is like the Hobbits have been kidnapped by the orcs and the goblins, and Aragorn is tracking them. Is this a signature? Yeah, okay. Of course, the signatures at this point are not that much tougher than when they're a couple levels below. 46 silver, what's in the... Okay, this is part of the quest, here we go. Find a report and a sword with ancient markings, okay. Some sinister sound design going on there. Okay. Cyrodion.
This confirms what I feared.
Takes the report. This confirms what I feared. One of the Dunlending clans has been ordered, likely by Saruman, to blockade the road north and to slay any who seek to pass that way. This sword is of ancient make. See the markings here in the shape of horses? This is a sword of the Rohirrim.
The former bearer of this sword may still be alive.
The former bearer may be still alive, but injured and near death. There may be a chance that we can save him. Perhaps the hostile Dunlendings who stole his blade did not finish him. We may have tidings of Rohan, and as that is where we hope to join Aragorn, they could be of use to us as we journey further south. Begin at the blockaded gate north of here and follow the road south, Black Lodge. You may be able to find this fallen Rohirrim and save him. Breaking legs, let's do it. Let's get on horseback, check the map. Alright, so we're going to start north and then work our way south. Oh no, the corpse of Wadu. Oh shit. The bearer of the sword was not one of the Rohirrim after all. It was Wadu, and he's dead. Oh, Wadu. Slow dissolve transition montage. I will remember you. Been so through so much, Wadu. We were like brothers. Will you remember me? I helped you on one quest, and you said you would sort of speak on my behalf. Don't let your life pass you by. You know what am I doing? Heard strange sounds at night coming from the herds of the Algrag, away to the southeast.
Why would Wadu have borne such a sword? What brought him to that road to die?
I am sorry indeed to hear that Wadu has been slain, but I cannot understand how he came to possess the sword that was taken from him. It is without doubt a sword of the Rohirrim, and the men of Rohan are no friend to the clans of the Dunland. There's a long history of war between the two, and I fear that if Saruman's plans continue to bear fruit, there will be war again. Why would Wadu have borne such a sword? What brought him to that road to die? Was he so o'ermatched in the number that even such a well-crafted sword could avail him nothing?
His family must be told of his death, and the sword returned.
It's no use dwelling upon such mysteries, for we may never know the answers to them. He spoke of his family to you, did he not? They must be told the truth. They must be told of his death, and the sword returned to them. You will likely find them at Lanuk, the village of the Ukluth in Non-Lygan. Lyglin? You should ask the people there until you find his father and bring him both the unhappy news and the sword. It may seem cold, but perhaps the death of his son at the hands of another Dunlending clan will soften the father's heart for the Dunedain. Wadu may still help us in our errand, though he be slain. Okay. Where are we headed to? South? Not too far south, but yeah. So here's the thing, have rivers before like had some real movement to them the way this does? I mean, you get the good water effects, but this one clearly makes it seem like the current will take you away there, where other rivers I felt didn't have that vibe to them.
What is your purpose here, Boneyard?
Speak not to me of Wadu. He is a coward and no son of mine.
The silence following this proclamation stretches awkwardly for too long a time. Sivulk reads your expression. He is dead? Then his chance for courage is ended, and I mourn only that. No, I will hear no more of it. If you have words of Wadu, tell them to his sister. If the powers were just, Nona would have been the son and he the daughter, for she is like iron and could make her father proud. With the clans all around, the Ukluth preparing for war and closing in upon us, the only good thing Wadu ever did for us is rid of us of his cowering presence. Damn.
Wadu was not the fighter our father Sulvok wanted him to be.
Hell yeah, full Scottish. Nona listens sorrowfully as you recount your discovery of her brother's death. There is the briefest trembling within her deep eyes, then it's gone. The emotion mastered, Nona stares at you sternly. Wadu was not the fighter our father Sivulk wanted him to be. When he spoke to him, which was rarely, Sivulk was cruel. I tried to give Wadu the lessons he needed, lessons in the sword and the axe and the ways of fire, but I could not teach him the courage he needed. My words to him were harsh. If they drove him to his death, I would have them back.
After our argument, Wadu went to the dwarf halls in Thrar's Combe.
After our argument, Wadu went to the halls of the Karak, the dwarves, and Thror's Combe? What he saw there I do not know. He would say nothing to me when he returned. Those halls have been abandoned for countless years and have a fell reputation. No one goes there. Karak, Ukluth, Dragluth. Did Wadu find his sword there? I cannot explain it. If you go to the dwarf halls and learn what my brother saw there, I will repay you with the knowledge of these lands known only to the Ukluth. I've never been to the halls of the Karak, but they can be found far to the east of here in the northern mountains of Thror's Combe. Assume we're heading up there. So we hit level 66, and I thought that would, well, maybe because we've gotten deeper into the Dunland. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this road until it branches, and then I'm going to go to this horse here, the stable master. Where's the road? It says I'm following... Oh, there it is. Okay. I was going to say, it says I'm following it, but it did not feel that way. I just want to grab this stable master just so we're a little closer to Thror's Combe. Oh, you're just gonna... Oh, I did not think Ox would just go hostile.
How can I be of service?
Okay. Can I Forge Master stuff now? I
What
can.
brings you to the wilds of Enidwythe?
Again, no idea. Now, any of that works. Tracery slots, okay. Inventory, character. So that means hopefully our stuff is now doing a little more damage. Let's see if there's a legendary... Okay, so how do we item slotted? Can we drag like a tracery? We can go up to level 70. Do I have any that go up to 70? $50, these are 60. Parry rating, physical mastery. And vitality is always good. Can I drop that there? That's not how it works. Can I drop that there? This is so dumb. Like, still can't figure this out, but at the same time, like, why is it not slightly obvious? What are we doing? Like, so if I go to inventory, no, if I go to character inventory, so I've got the word of craft, but I don't know how. I'll Google it at one of these. The problem is I keep forgetting. That's the real problem. Okay, so we've got this here. Got our weapons upgraded a little bit. We're still heading... Okay, we're getting a little bit of a challenge coming back to some of the creatures in the area. Gotta be a little more... Nope. That's I gotta be a little more careful. First thing I do is I... Okay. I assume these are enemy camps? Yeah. Ooh. Alright. I mean, we could deal with it, but let's give him a wide berth. Serpent halls, okay. That's both the same place, okay. So I'm maybe remembering some of the stuff that might be coming, but I always, in my head, I think I might have thought it was in Aragorn. Maybe I've confused sides of mountains that you climb up. Oops, did I do this wrong? I feel like if I'm about to come here a few times, should I? Definitely don't need to be there. Let's bind it here just for now. Zidragund. So yeah, so I remember this dwarvish library, and for some reason I thought it was somehow in like Redhorn Pass. To Dunland, okay. Hail Black Lodge, we move for Dunland. Then we must endeavor to sneak past Isengard without rousing suspicions of Saruman. The journey will be dangerous. Will you join the Dunedain once again? So something's up there because it's going to get us... We're in book 2, and this is going to start book 4. I'm just going to grab it.
Too long already. I am ready to go.
And then I'm going to get rid of it. Because we're still... We don't want to blow past anything. But I guess if you were sort of starting to overlevel, if you wanted to just keep going, you could just get it done.
Huh? Who's there? Who is it? Huh?
Eh? Let's see. The dwarf peers forward, but his eyes seem unable to fix upon you. The soup is cold, Hervin. The soup is cold. Set it atop the fire. Ah, yes, 3 and 20. The dwarf wheezes, his beard fluttering slightly with exhalation, brings his hand up to his mouth as if holding a ladle, and sips it at the air. Pays you no more heed.
Welcome to Zutrakan, traveler. I should apologize for old Nar.
He's very old, I know not how old, and his mind wanders. He's experienced a great deal of hardship and pain, but he has remained here while all the others have left him, all save Frithgeir. That is, are you talking about yourself? You explain why you've come and asked Frithgeir about Wadu. He nods with recognition. Yes, the Dunlanding. He came to speak with Nar some time ago. Nar was more aware that night than he usually is, so I marked the visit. The two ventured into the mine beneath these halls. I'm sorry, but I do not remember anything else peculiar about the visit. There is a brew I can make of several ingredients found throughout Thror's home. The vapors of the brew seem to make Nar more aware of his surroundings. If you bring me these ingredients, the brew may allow you to speak with Nar directly. I'll need several handfuls of Huul Hertz herb, some Nijam Muju flowers, and a variety of nut called Kabil Luz. Take these list of ingredients and where they can be found. Yeah, I definitely remember this library because I thought it was very cool. The this ancient library tucked in the corner of a mountainside. Nope, didn't make it. I thought I was wondering if I could land on the bookshelves. Level 68 Brawler. Nice. Alright. Alright, so we're just, Oh, look at that. Okay, the mighty creatures here give this a wide berth. On the slope stands an evil-looking relic. As you examine the relic, you are suddenly held in the grasp of complicated sensations. Feelings of sickness, anger, and fear rush through you. And it just seems to be too much. Oh, just as it seems to be too much, they pass. You're left feeling weak and weary, and the relic keeps its secrets to itself. I'm curious about that one. Are these signature guys? No, they're normal. Oh, no. Do I gotta kill the... Okay, I gotta kill these guys to collect shit. You know, the classic MMO quest. Kill guys, collect shit. Now let me talk to him just to keep this one going a little bit.
What can I do for you?
Don't like it, Black Lodge is clearly a relic of evil, but what its purpose may be, I cannot fathom. Does it signal danger to the Grey Company? So you can talk to him. I think it's trouble. There are many ancient relics to be found throughout these lands, but this one fills me with foreboding.
How can I be of service?
They try not to stray too near this relic. Whatever it is, even the Gwyber can sense its power and make them reluctant to come too near, even when they engage in battle. Yet it seems clear to me that this is not an artifact of good.
What do you need?
Halbarad, he's taken the wisest course, which is for the Grey Company to steer clear of it. It's a force of evil, that much is clear, and we will not tempt fate by straying too near it. I think that is wise. Most wise, yes. Okay. Get a little background on that little thing, just in case we come across more. We've got some idea of what's going on. Maybe it's a quest that we stumble across the solution to. Maybe one more, maybe? Okay, I think we might be done with this. Okay, so now we gotta go way down. So it's telling me to go northeast, and I don't know why. I mean, unless that's the, I guess I gotta get off the horse and kill this guy. The ultimate disrespect. Sorry, I'm not going to stop looking at my map. So you just do what you're going to do for a few minutes, and then when I'm ready to deal with you, and you're poking. Trying to figure out if there's another quest. Feel bad. I don't think I need these anymore. Let me, This is how somehow connected to the book quest as like a prelude or something, but I'm gonna skip it. What's this? Don't need that. Okay, yeah, so I'm not quite sure. Maybe the northeast is getting back to the library. So yeah, if this is the quest, you know, that involve the library, then I do sort of remember it a little bit. Again, for some reason I thought it was in a region, I thought it was side stuff, and I just missed it. Kind of actually glad that's not the case. Because like I said, I thought it was a cool location. Okay, here we go. It's kind of a relief in the way. I mean, I was going to say that to be over-leveled in a way for these quests instead of like when they're going to cut me off. But at the same time, I say that only, and it's only possible because I had to get from level 61 to 65 without any quests going on, so. It's not like they sort of scaled it differently, it's just I had to grind. Get it done, so. It's interesting that they wanted you to... Is this guy gonna come at me? To say it's interesting that they wanted you to be a very specific level instead of just letting you go. Hey, last one, hopefully. Where are we off to next to get the handfuls of Ulwul Haraz? Check the quest. Okay, we got 2 of the items. I'm not sure. Was some of it in the library? Like I thought he said it was in the mines below the library. So is there an entrance to the mines that I missed? But let's head back, because I think I remember that somehow. Maybe it's something here? Maybe I kill some guys here and collect it? Let me, No. Tribute pile is going to start a side quest. Is there a mine entrance here that I'm missing? Now the arrow's pointing me a little further away. Starting to wonder if this arrow doesn't actually know what it's doing. Okay, these guys seem to. Okay. This guy's not going to leave me alone, so I'm going to go take care of him. I don't know if I've got the, I don't know, I can't tell if I've got the music turned down just a hair too much. I turned it down because when I adjust it in post, I'm correcting, like, the loudest music is so loud that I turn sort of the whole track down because I'm too lazy to, like, duck the audio throughout the edit. But it does make some of it kind of low when it's not blasting music. Okay. Yeah, let me, audio, let me bring it up to 70. Try 75. I'm gonna token it back. I guess I could have used the camp, the milestone, but we'll save it. I'm sure I'll be back. Nimmery is a level 120 burglar. Nice. Maybe someday I'll be able to get back to my burglar.
Ah, you have the ingredients. Good.
I'll begin making the brew in just a moment.
I will set about making the brew, if you do not mind waiting.
I don't mind.
It will be a few moments.
Okay, solo quest.
While Frithger prepares the brew that will restore the sense of our host, an ancient dwarf who has lived long and seen much, our company decides what should next be done.
The water is boiling already, and now I will add the ingredients you collected. The odor will be quite pungent, so perhaps you should speak with the rest of your friends that have come to Zudrugund while it seeps. The odor is rather unpleasant, though I find that it does clear the cobwebs away when I'm feeling under the weather. Be some time before the brew is ready, so I guess some of the rangers have made their way here. So many books, and none of them taken when Nar's people left him. It puzzles me. It is clear that many dwarves once lived here, but where have they gone, and why is it a mystery? I suspect that even Frithgear's brew will not clear Nar's mind sufficiently for him to provide us the answers that we seek. Cave Claws, here. Are you sure? I do not know what to make of this dwarf, Black Lodge. Where did all of his people go? Why would they leave him behind? What could he have seen that might leave him so addled? Frithgear seems to be kind-hearted, and it seems to me that Nar would be hard-pressed to survive here for any period of time without him. But there is something not quite right about these two. We're a long way from Evendim, Black Lodge. I wonder how our friends are managing in our absence. Hallenglad sighs and looks suspiciously at Nar. I understand why we've taken this brief excursion into the hills, for if Nona is satisfied by what we learn here, our dealings with the Ukluth should be made easier. But what can we really learn from this dwarf? He does not seem to even notice us. I've been listening to Nar's ramblings, and I have managed to piece together some of his history. I believe he was once the servant of or friend of Thror, grandfather of Thorin, Oakenshield, and that this was one of their homes in exile. Thror did not return to Erebor, but it seems to me he made another journey and Nar accompanied him. From his words, I believe they came into danger, and someone approaches. You, dwarf! Where's the leader of this place? I demand to speak to the chief. Bring me a spare mug, Hervin. Do you mock me? Black Lodge, what's going on here? Nona listens impatiently as you explain what the situation in Zudgrugund seems to be. One answers for myself. My brother was changed after he came here, and this Nar knows why. He'll tell me why, or it will go badly for him. What did you say to my brother, Wadu, when he came here? Wadu? Ah, he was a brave dwarf. Brother was not a dwarf. Here we go. Nar, it's ready. I have this for you. This is strong smelling stuff, is it not? To your health. Ooh. Who are you? When did you get here? Tell me what you said to my brother. Tell me what you said to Wadu. Nar shakes his head, breathing deeply of the steam billowing out of the mug. Wadu, I know that name. We went to the Fatherlode, where rang the sound of hundreds of dwarf hammers far below Zudrugund. It is curious, I remember walking with Wadu among the great turning water wheels of the Old Father. I have not seen him since. He's not still down there, is he? You tell Nar that Wadu's been slain, and his beard creases into a frown. Ugh, that is a shame. He was most brave, wasn't he? I can take you to the mine if you like. I'll go with you, Black Lodge. I'm going too, dwarf. You ready to go? Where actually are we? Oh, okay. I was hoping to see... Okay. We are far beneath the earth now, Black Lodge, and a feeling's been growing in my mind for some time now. I think someone or something has watched us as we descended. I cannot pinpoint it, but I believe some intelligence has observed our passage from Zudrugund. Something else has made me uneasy. How much of Frithgear's brew has Nar already consumed, and how much remains? The dwarf has been alert for our descent, but what happens when the steaming brew has been exhausted? Ah, just the stuff. Now stop dallying and follow me. We're almost there. How far beneath the earth is this dwarf taking us? Behold the wheel of the Old Father. I'm ready for battle. Why are none of the bats attacking Nar? Listen to the sound of those hammers. Keep it up, good people. Don't like this. Why did the bats of this cavern not attack the dwarf? Why does he walk among them without danger? Wadu came into this mine full of fear and uncertainty. What happened here that he emerged from it with courage that would lead him to his death? The longer this journey takes, the more questions it poses. I want to be above ground again and in the sunlight. Oh yes, the braids of your beard are particularly well. Oh, okay, he's losing it. Is that the smell of the brew that has kept the bats from attacking Nar? I should hope that it was not, for he seems to have exhausted it. A few drops may remain, but the odor is much less than it was, and he seems to be falling once more out of awareness. Eladan shakes his head. There's a gate ahead, and if I learned anything of the dwarves, it's that such a gate certainly has a lever somewhere to open it. Find the lever and return to us, and we'll proceed. I fear that this journey will soon end in failure, for without a guide that can speak to us in ways we understand, what can we hope to learn here? Okay, let's find this lever. I'm going to assume this is okay. Ooh, almost took a dip there. Alright, so I'm gonna go back down and then... like I missed a... I've been up there, but I thought there was another platform I could have got to, and I'm blanking on how to get there. Clearly, it's not meant to be here. Down? Can I go down? Let's try that. Can I jump? No. Down is where I'm trying to go. Okay. Oh, man, this is going to be hilarious. Okay, so I'm not seeing the lever here. A little height to gain perspective. I don't... Like... Is it turning the wheel? I don't see a mechanism for doing that, though. Find and use the... Let me just... Okay, locked gate blocks further progress. Ask the... Find a lever that should open it. Okay. Ah, here we go. Lever. And I skip down. All right. Gate stands open. But your friends are gone. Are they below? I'm sorry we didn't wait, but Nar gave us a shout and ran forward when the gate opened, and we did not want to lose him. He's just ahead with Nona. Why have you brought us here, dwarf? Do you even remember? It's a dead dragon right behind you. Roast mutton. I'm sorry, Nona. He's no longer aware of us. He sees now only distant memories. But why? What was the body of this Gwyber supposed to tell me? Aye, he was a burned dwarf. I saw him face many a fearsome beast, but none so deadly as that which lived beneath the earth. Did his heart quail in his chest? No, it did not. Care not for the exploits of some ancient dwarf. Did his axe hand tremble? It did not. Listen to the story, you might Nona. The wounds of this Gwyber are still fresh. It's been dead for no longer than a week. Courage rose unbidden in his veins, and he struck the beast once, twice, 3 times. These are sword wounds, not axe wounds. In his own way, I think Nar is telling us 2 stories, not one. I believe that a dwarf named Hervin slew a great beast beneath the mountains. But I believe too that your brother Wadu found his courage here in the depths and slew this great Gwyber. Wadu, can this be true? My brother, even after all the terrible things my father said to him, and even after what I said to him in my frustration, Nona trails off, staring at the body of the enormous Gwyber. He mastered his fear, Black Lodge, and achieved a victory that even the bravest and strongest warriors of the Ukluth could not hope to match. Now he's gone, slain by enemies who waited in hiding for him to pass, the cowards. They were nothing compared to this great beast, but they laid him low where even it could not. My Wadu. I know your road, son of Elrond. That way lies death. What did you say? Treachery. Treachery and deceit. You who walk the paths of the dead, beware. What do you know of these things? Answer me, Nar, answer me. Second from the left, that's what I heard. We had a moment of clarity there and gave me, slightly underdone. And had a grave warning. It's hopeless. Can you tell me what just happened? How can Nar know of the errand of the Great Company? And more than that, how can he know of my father's words to my brother and me? How can he know we were considering taking the Pass of the Dead once we meet with Aragorn? I must tell Halbarad and the other rangers of this. I think things may have just become more complicated.
The road of the Grey Company has brought us already over field and under stone. But a gathering dread has settled upon me here in Enedwaith. Who is this dwarf now? How can he know where our road may take us? And I feel this question most sharply of all. Can we trust his words?
All right, Chapter 15, An Echo of Days.
Na has often said peculiar things. It is difficult to determine what he means by them.
He's had an extremely long and extremely painful life, as I understand it, and only faithful Frithgear remains now to help him continue it. Frithgear. These men with you, these rangers, they seem disturbed by what Nar has said. Can you ease their minds? I fear they will do him some harm, and I cannot allow that.
What can the dwarf have meant by that?
I'm completely at a loss. How can Nar have known what Elrond said to his sons before we departed Rivendell? And what does it mean that he does know it? Boromir sighs, and you realize that it's become a familiar sound. He catches your look and smiles bitterly. Feels like we're mired in something we do not fully understand. We can't afford to ignore this mystery, for it may threaten the very purpose of our journey. But what will we discover? We must take a rest, in any event. We can talk this over later and hope things will be more clear. Okay, I'm gonna get some new leggings. Slap those puppies on. There we go. And there you go. Book 2 is done.
I do not like this.
Book 3, Chapter 1, Secrets of the Zudragund. Don't like this Black Lodge. How has Nar come to know our potential road? That Elrond advised his sons to remember the paths of the dead, for we may have need to walk them. Was known only to but a few, and all of them trustworthy. Something's not right about this. I'm going to probably read this again. But yeah, there we go. So that's book 2 of volume 3. And I gotta say, like I said, I really like this location. I like the idea of what this story is. Like, we're the great company making our way south to aid Aragorn as a band of rangers. Feels very thematic. Sort of the path I chose in my One Ring solo campaign. I'm a ranger of the north. And it sort of also raises the question, like, I like the idea that, you know, not every book has to end with an explosion or like a chase scene or a massive this or that. And it's something I'm sort of dealing with in my Cold War spy game at the time of this recording. Like, as we get nearer to the end of this section where we could stop, I'm realizing I don't think there's like a nuclear bomb that has to be defused before the timer runs out kind of capstone to the part we've done. And so I think I'm okay with that, because I think as a story, what's happening and what might be coming makes sense, even if it doesn't have like this super action-packed ending, which of course makes sense because it's a John le Carré style story, but even they would have some kind of like, you know, little something something at the end. And I'm not 100% sure what my little something something might be, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. So if you're watching this, you found our YouTube channel, like and subscribe if you're into this stuff. We're mainly an RPG actual play podcast. The videos of all the stuff we've done are up here, some solo. Mostly the actual plays are, you know, me, Matt, Patrick. That's the main focus. If you prefer audio versions of that, just search for Black Lodge Trivia Night wherever you get your podcasts. We should show up for those actual plays and some of our discussion podcasts. But otherwise, we're going to stick with this. We're into Fable now, is the other CRPG that's going on. A little X3 going on in the background. I don't know how often I'll post up some Space Truck in there. But yeah, I continue to really enjoy this story. I feel like after Moria like dipped a little bit, finished strong with the end of Volume 2, but I feel like what's going on here really is a narrative thread that I jive with a lot more. So I'm definitely excited to keep going, and we'll get into, Book 3? Volume 3, Book 3 next time. Thanks, take care.